around here, you're gonna get snatched. Body snatched. What's up, man? Wait, please. It's been over 3 minutes and oh wow. Wow. Right. Let me get set up here because looks like we're rolling. Uh Thanks for tuning in. We're waiting for a few more people to come in. And we're not gonna really get started until 2 o'clock actually. So I'll be right back. Hmm. Hmm.
Okay.
Can you hear me? I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello? 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 Can you hear me?
Hello, hello,
How's it
hello.
going? How you doing? All right. I'm Ted King, and we're going to be getting started in a few minutes. We're enjoying uh, this Sunday afternoon. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how are you?
Good, 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 good. Yeah, we're getting started a little earlier today. Um, I reached out to our other guest, Mr. Heman Smith, and I'm not sure if he's going to be joining us today or not. But yeah, how's your Sunday going today?
It's doing good. How about yours?
Cannot complain. All is well. use a coin an old phrase, blessed and highly favored.
So we're live already, huh?
Say it again.
You're live already?
Yeah, we actually are live. I actually pushed the live button and it came on, and then I turned it off and it came on again. I just left it. But yeah, we're actually live right now. Live. Yeah. So speak to any other family.
No, I haven't spoken to anybody else.
Okay. All right. Well, I talked to a few people, I guess. James Wells and I, we work out during the week, so I see him all the time. James Wells. Yeah, but all is well.
You guys started working out again?
Say it again?
You started working out again?
Yeah. We start working out again.
You guys go down?
Pardon me?
Go downtown? Downtown? Downtown?
Yeah, same place.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, same place. I was I go to two of them. I go to Planet Fitness, and I got Planet Fitness membership and a 24-hour fitness. So yeah, I don't got no excuse.
Okay.
Yeah, I got no excuse. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not sure if Mr. Smith is going to be joining us today. And I didn't call him, but I reached out and I texted the link. And actually, I'm using my telephone right now, so I really can't get on the telephone. Said something about something happened. Say that again?
I'm not using my phone at Taco Bell right now.
Oh, you got Taco Bell? Okay. Enjoy your tacos, huh? You okay on Taco Bell?
I haven't eaten. You're right here in front of me, but I'll wait until after the few with this when I eat. But yeah, everything seems to be going good. I have some rims that I'm selling, so I went to the flea market today. And man, I didn't anticipate it was going to be so hot. And I stayed out there a little bit too long, so I had to rush and come over here to Taco Bell to give me something to drink to get hydrated.
Okay.
And I'm feeling a whole lot better, but yeah, man, it's hot out there today. I think it's 103 out here, right? But everything seems to be going good, though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm going to take one day.
Excellent.
Unfortunately, just like you have your tablet with you. You don't have your tablet. You have to look up the scriptures. I know you said John 14, but since I was at the food market, I didn't get a chance to go back to the house. So
no worries. I got it. I have no worries. I got it. Not a problem. It's all good. Yeah, actually, I'm more than prepared. Yeah. So so you said you did get some tires? Is that what you said?
No. I have some rims, some Velocity custom foam rims that I'm selling. And so I took them out to the flea market. They had the flea market out here in Brooksville. So I took them out to the flea market this morning, hoping that I'd be able to sell them, but I wasn't able to sell them. But it didn't turn out too bad. I just stayed out there. It started the day off really good, but I stayed out there in the hot area longer than I should have. So I was kind of dehydrated. So when after I loaded all my stuff back up, I just came straight here to Taco Bell. But I didn't know we was going to be on yet. So I was going to try to get everything together and then get on the air, but it's fine though.
So, I was really trying to be a little consistent, and so and I'm glad you gave me a call when you did, because I was in the process of taking care of some other stuff, but I needed to focus on this. Make sure we got, stay consistent. And I'm glad that you did recall. Uh, and so we'll go over it because we want to talk where we left off last week. We were talking about peace, and so I said we're going to delve into a little bit more this weekend.
Mhm.
And of course, when we do these biblical readings, there's definitely some meanings behind it, and I said that we may need to explain it to the people so they can understand what's going on here. Because it can be kind of confusing because the Bible does have names for the same person, and people say, well, that's a different person. No, it's the same person we're referring to. So that's that's most important when we start reading this book, and then trying to give it some explanation and enlightenment. So we're gonna get started in a couple of minutes here, and of course, we'll talk about. And, last week it was great because we had opportunity. Mr. Smith was on, and of course, he gave us from his perspective on some things, which is always good. And as a matter of fact, I was hoping he would be back this week because there was you know Jeff Adams, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. With Jeff Adams, Jeff Adams was. I was visiting his mother yesterday. His father had passed on, and I just found that out. Jeff Adams' father passed on.
Okay.
Yeah, Stan Adams. So I just found that out this weekend that he had passed on. Someone tried to reach out and notify me about some things that were going on, but didn't tell me exactly who it was that passed on. And I found out about it this weekend that his father had passed. So I was over at his house yesterday, or not his mother's house, and we had a conversation.
They're still living in the same place around the corner from John Still, right?
Exactly. Have not moved. Still in the same place. Stayed there since we first met him. Have not moved. Still in the same place. Yeah. So So I had a nice little visit with them yesterday, and he was talking about. I was showing him. She wanted to see the podcast, and I was showing it to her, and I was showing Jeff that Heman. He's a Heman, and is a friend. Heman's ex-wife, was a friend of Jeff's, and so he was telling me that his wife is now a chapel. So I wanted to tell him if he came on the show today that she was she's a chapel now. So yeah, he might have something to do today. But anyway, so yeah, that's what we got. So hey, I tell you what, if you could pray us in, we'll get started.
All right, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, and we forgive those who trespass against us. For lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all evil. Praise Jesus.
Praise Jesus. All right. So here we're going to go to John 14:27, and we're going to go King James Version. And it reads, peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you, not as the world giveth I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. So that's the King James version. And there's other version that says, I'll just read this one other version. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you, not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be fearful. That's kind of sort of the same. But I just thought I'd read that just to get more clarity as to what's going on. But here's another one. Peace I leave with you, my perfect peace I give to you, not as the world gives do I give to you. Do not let your heart be troubled, nor let it be afraid. Let my peace calm you. Oh, excuse me. Let my perfect peace calm you in every circumstance and give you courage and strength for every challenge. Okay, so that's basically what I wanted to talk about today because we have several challenges, and these challenges, of course, when we look at toward God and Christ as the navigators and the arbitrators of our peace, we know which way to go. So I was hoping that Mr. Smith would come on so we can talk about that because he gives a life perspective, but that doesn't matter. We got you.
Oh, yeah.
From your perspective. Yeah, from your perspective.
It's almost like having Jesus in the flesh. Almost like having Jesus.
Oh wow, that's pretty heavy. That's pretty heavy. That's pretty heavy. Almost like having Jesus in the flesh. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, listen. That's what we know. We're supposed to actually be like Jesus. That's what the whole thing's about. Yeah, we're supposed to be like Jesus. So they get Christ like absolutely. So I don't listen. Hey, listen. I'm an advocate of that. So long as we know who Jesus is and we're gonna be like Jesus, we're doing good. So so what do you think about that? The peace. Let me ask you a question. Now, when we are troubled, we have life challenges because we have them every single day. I always like to say, from my perspective, I have solutions. I have no problems. That's why I quote that all the time. And I think that's probably because I understand how to get peace and where to find peace and where to seek it. So what say you?
As far as peace?
Well, yeah, you like, for example, you're having a challenging circumstances. I mean, are you gonna try and figure things out yourself, or are you gonna look toward God?
The first thing I do is I try to look at it objectively, and I try to look at it is it a problem that I brought on myself because of my ignorance or because of my stubbornness or because of my pride or what it may be on my part. And then I'll try to figure out if this is something that some other entity is bringing on me, like somebody else or association or organization. Is it them bringing this on to me? And then I'll play on it. I say, well, God, not all the time, but a lot of times, God, if there's an intercessor that you could provide for your situation or some enlightenment that you could bring to the situation, because I need some guidance in this area. Now, don't think that I don't look for defiance or, let's say, remedies, you know what I'm saying? Just like, is it something where I should call the police? Is it something where I should seek let's say, social intervention, you know what I'm saying, elderly athletes or something like that, you know what I'm saying? I always try to look at it objectively, right? And now, just like right now, I'm going through some things, and just like, I mean, for me, it's serious because I remember playing professional sports, and others don't remember it. So,
well, let me ask you a question. Let's talk about that for a moment. You play. Yeah. You say you remember. You say you remember playing professional sports. Yeah. So I'm gonna assume that you played on a professional team.
Yeah.
And what team was that you played on?
Mainly the team was the Seattle Seahawks. I was number 3. But let me interject. Let me interject. So just like, because right now, the Apple Valley Police Department is deeply involved in this, okay? Before they were saying that they wouldn't assist me, right? But now they are so involved that they've got investigators, they got a case number, it's 832504016. And I mean, these guys are saying that I'm the victim of one of the most serious frauds that they've seen probably in the history of some of them working with the Apple Valley Police Department, which probably would be something about 15 or 20 years. They haven't been there.
So can I ask? Well, I mean, without going in, maybe you can't go into it too much. But what type of fraud are you talking about? Are they talking about?
Well, they're saying that if there's people saying that I've never paid when I have, that they're bad, that they committed fraud. And so what they're doing now is just, because this is a big police force, and they're accompanied by what's called the San Bernardino Police Department and the Sheriff's Department. And so, like, by what they told me, they said, hey, listen, I'm the victim of one of the biggest frauds that they've seen, and see what they're calling it is, they're not calling it fraud on its face, they're calling it ongoing fraud. So you can say it's not a case of fraud on its face, because fraud on its face has a statute of limitations. So they say that it's called ongoing fraud, which means that even though I saw the solution or answers that they didn't provide them, they kept going on in their fraud on the contract. And so they're really involved in this, like I said. They're using the Apple Valley Police Department, San Bernardino Sheriff's Department, Victorville Police Department. They wanted to abort the situation. I don't know why, but so this is something that's going on right now. But I mean, like I say, I held it up to God. I petitioned on it. I asked different individuals in different nations and agencies, and I just one day I reached out to what's called Federal Trade Commission. The Federal Trade Commission is a very, very powerful organization, right? And there was this lady that they assigned to my particular case, and she was talking, and she says, "Hey, well, if you're going through this, that's what's wrong for you." I said, "Well, thank you." I said, "But that's not really helping me, because that's just your personal feeling." She said, "Well, I'm going to assist you. She says, I'm going to point you in the direction. I'm going to give you instructions and I can keep following." So she gave me a Federal Trade Commission investigation card number. And she says, "What I want you to do now is I want you to get in contact with the local police department." And she says that you tell them that I'm working on it.
Hold on a second. You said what police department?
Mm-hmm.
What the police department you talking about?
She said my local police. She said my local police department.
Oh, your local police department.
My local police department is Apple Valley. But she started reciting some things that she told me she wanted me to go in there and tell them. She says, "You go in there and you tell them these things that I'm telling you to say." And I went in there and I told them the things that she told me to say. And they were questioning me, and just like the last time that I went to the police department was in Victorville, and they arrested me. And so I told them, I think her name's Bonnie. I have to go and listen to it. I have to written down the past. But in seeing all this information from this lady, I mean, she was really adamant, right? And she says, "I'm not going to talk to you again until you do these things that I'm telling you to do." And so I did them, and I mean, hey, man, it's been working out really tremendously. And one of the things is that she was saying that she's going to get involved on her end, and they better get involved on their end, because she's federal and they're local. And so when I told them, and the guy said, "Well, look, his name was Mr. Ward," he says, "Well, look, he says, why don't you come to us after you contact the Federal Trade Commission?" I said, "This is what they instructed me to do." "Okay." He says, "Well, why is it that they don't have the information that you're looking for?" I said, "By what was told to me, that it all starts with my local police department or law enforcement agency, because they're the ones that do the initial investigation." And I said, none of my local law enforcement have done that. So this other guy came in. His name was Officer Chap Bellier. Chap Bellier just came in and he said, "Look, we're going to do an investigation." Look, I've had some different encounters with police departments in my past. I was involved in a shootout with well, basically it was war. And the Hells Angels were in South Sacramento Tiger. they had a big shootout. So they sometimes they'll say, well, look, we don't know. Excuse me, they'll say something like, we don't know what to do, what to make out of this situation. And so Chad Bellamy, he's like, hey, I don't know if I want to shake your hand. I said, hey, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? I want you to assist Mr. Ward in doing what needs to be done here. And he says, I don't have a problem with doing that. And I looked at him, I said, who knows? I said, you may become a captain after this. And then he started laughing, right? I don't think he's even a sergeant. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be a sergeant, a lieutenant, and a captain. I think that would be surprised because some of these things that come on you, are just like a keep in the night. It's part of your calling. And so he aligned himself with Mr. Ward, and that's how some of these other bodies got involved in this situation. But I prayed on it. I petitioned on it. I spoke to different ones about it. I talked to different agencies about it. And so, like, now they're like, hey, we're all on board. But now, he told me, Mr. Chad Bellamy, he says, well, if I find out that what you're telling me, okay, isn't adding up, he says, I'm going to have it to where these different outreaches get in contact with you, you know what I'm saying, for counseling. And I said, okay, that's fine. I said, if that be the case, but I said, even if it comes out that I mean, because I'm going to need some victim support, you know what I'm saying. Here it is. You just don't worry about that part of it. So far, like I say, because of the grace of God getting involved and my petitioning and asking God for help. And like I say, I ask different agencies and I ask different people. And so far, I mean, it's starting to come about. You know what I'm saying? I give the glory to God, okay? I give the glory to God, and I give the glory to that God has put in my path to make sure those things happen. Because they say God will put the right ones in your path to make things happen when things are working in accordance with God. When you take it out of your belief in the hands of man, and you put it in the hands of God, God will put the right people in your path that you come in contact with that will have it to where the situation gets resolved. So that's where we're at now. But you see what I'm saying? It's all done in the alignment of peace. You see what I'm saying? You know, I told Jay that. I said, it's all in the alignment of peace. And you just, of course you are. That's right. And, but, you know, both of them, both Ward and DeLeon, they got guns and they help. You know what I'm saying? Right now. They got the equalizer and the power that, you know what I'm saying, makes man do the right thing right there on their hip right now. So that's what's going on. So when we look at things, you see what I'm saying, and we look into things and we accompany ourselves with the things in the proper alignment in the proper way, then things start to happen. And I'm a strong believer that a change is coming. Because change comes about. And just like I look at things like, here it is, the electric bus, right? Back in the 80s, you were saying, you were crazy. All you had was a dream, and you were dreaming about something that had very little or no more. Well, it's the problem about it. And you look around with the electric cars, everything. The things
okay. So let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
What's going to be the end game? I mean, what's happening with it? I hear you talking, but what's the end game? Because you said your issue was about this. You used to play professional sports and all this fraud going on, and you got the, you got the authorities looking at this and everything. What's the end game? What do you want to happen? You know, I'm just curious.
I put my sports, I play sports, I want my properties returned to me or compensation stock. I just have the nice lifestyle that my money earned me, that I have been denied. I've been denied, but my money some money should still be there. You see what I'm saying? So then I'm in right standing. And then I took that out crazy because I remember playing professional sports. All that stuff would be wiped out. Oh, it was so bad on it, but now it was wiped out. But like I said, God, you know what I'm saying, is the one that's putting the things together, that's making things happen. And I'm happy about that. You know what I'm saying? Just like I had things, I sent James an email because the house that he was living in, okay, actually, in all actuality, it's a house that I had built way back in the 80s. And I said, I want to get
Who's this? Wait, hold on a second. Who is this?
James
What are you talking about?
James Wells.
James Wells.
Yeah. You say you work?
The guy that I work. Yeah, the guy that I work with. I don't believe he has a house, so I'm not sure. You know, if you're talking about the same person.
Okay, remember he was living in a house. I'm not saying it was his. He was living in a house in Milton County. Okay, it was a house in Milton County. Yeah,
right.
I'm going to get the address to it because that there, just like different houses out here that you're looking into, that's out here in Adelanto. And he says, whatever properties that I have recollection of having anything to do with building, to give him the address. So I was trying to get the address to that particular house because I remember building it. I just, there should be, the thing that goes about hundreds, like 1,500 years is real estate. Transfer of real estate, the real estate document, they stay on file for 50, 100, a lot of years. You know, and other agencies, they don't have that. You know, like if you look at, you think IRS would have records that go back, but they only go back like 4 years or 20 years. But real estate goes back 50 years, 100 years. So I'm trying to get the real estate records because the real estate records will really add on to his investigation. He even said, well, yeah, the real estate records will probably be helpful. But they have a different way of investigating. They're professional investigators. But I wanted to get that just the street address because with the street address, I can say, hey, you know what I'm saying? He says, I'm trying to get him the addresses that I built with my own hands. Just hang right here.
I got you. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. That's basically, you pretty much explained where you'll get your piece from and how you'll get it. Okay, I understand. All right. Yeah. Well, hopefully, that you are trying to get will bring you peace.
Oh yeah.
And
God is the song. With God being in control, I know that the peace will abound. Okay? I know that the truth will abound because God is truth and truth is the light, and the light is truth. I know that I'm walking in the light, and not in the darkness that man. So that makes a tremendously big difference. And, as we walk in life, we do things. You have to realize that there's a right way and there's a wrong way. There's a way that seems right to a man that sometimes leads to death. You know what I'm saying? But if you walk in the truth and the light of God, that gives you this the light of life. And so that's all I'm doing. But I mean, so far things are working out pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know he's saying this, so Satan can stay up right now. I would know Satan's here right now. But that is a little bit of the moment that I have. So, you know what I'm saying? I know how to ward off Satan in other ways that I'm doing. But that there, you know, it's been helpful for me. Yeah. But I mean, it's unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate. And hey, if anybody is unfortunate about Mr. Adams passing away, but if anybody is able to make sure that they tell Helen, you know, when Helen is Jeff's sister, that King Neutron Tina said hi, and I said hi, okay? Because I remember her, and nobody speaks to her that much. Helen, she's a good woman. She's a good woman.
Who we talking about?
Jeff's sister Helen.
Yeah, right. Yeah. She's like she's good. She's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah. I was just wondering. I thought I would ask that question, and I guess you expounded on it quite extensively in terms of what's going on with you. Yeah. Well, I hope it brings you peace. I hope you get everything resolved as far as
Yeah.
your, as far as what you're talking about. Uh, yeah, and yeah, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. Yeah, while we're talking, Mr. Smith did give me a call, and he trying to get on, but I guess he can't push the links to get it to make it happen. So that's what's going on with that. When you look, can you see on your end? Can you see anything that says live and have a little
Yeah.
eyeball with? You can?
I see something that says live and it has red and white letters.
Yeah. What about an eyeball? You seen the eyeballs? An
No.
eyeball with because normally the eyeball will indicate that how many people are watching this right now, and so
No.
I think people probably got off.
Okay.
got off got off because I don't know, maybe it was a little bit heavy as to what you were saying, but that sometimes it happens, but people might have got off. But yeah, there were some people that was on, and obviously they got off. But yeah, so I can't really see it right now. I'm trying to find to see
You know,
any views going on.
these people that I'm at hospital looking out for window, and these people are actually driving crazy today. If you're driving out there, please drive careful. I mean, this driver like they're on drugs or something. I can't do it. Guys riding around with his exhaust pipe on down like somebody stole a catalytic converter. Then this guy come over the back into the building and wanted to jump out of the car, started looking, he jumped out. Like, he don't care. But anyway, yeah, God careful about the driving. God. But anyway, yeah. One of the things I wanted to say was that, here it is. The earth is spoken into existence, okay? And the earth is spoken into existence. You know whoever spoke the earth into existence, you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily by a show of hands, but just by a show of hands. Whoever spoke the world into existence must be a powerful individual. You have to be a
Absolutely.
powerful. So, keeping that in mind, you know what I'm saying? That there was the power that some could give recognition to. This earth is spoken into existence. You know what I'm saying? When I look around, I see all these things, the cars, airplanes, different rings in the building, and all this stuff, man. But I think, God, you know what I'm saying? Those roads that cause all this to happen. All this stuff to happen. The good and the bad. Wow, it's really something. It really is. But yeah, it's sometimes I think about it when I have to give back to that somebody spoke this into you. That must have been a false right? Because, but today, you have to forgive me for my lack of preparation today, okay?
Oh no, don't worry about that. I mean, I was pretty much, and I kind of got us off to this, because you started talking about some things having to do with you playing sports. And to be honest with you, I don't remember you playing professional sports, but that's okay. Yeah. But I mean, so I'm not gonna, I'm just keeping it real. I don't remember you ever playing professional sports. And playing for Seattle Seahawks, I don't remember that. But that's okay. But I still wanted you to, still endeavor to try and find some peace, some kind of way, And if this is the way through for the Bible, and that's a good way to do it too, actually, through the Bible, from the perspective of the Bible, and find your way back into a peaceful existence. That's very important, And I also want to say something else. We have a lot of people that look through the lens in the mirror of possessions, and they have an opportunity to every day, in fact, to look through the lens of the mirror in the mirror of self, and enjoy and embrace that they see in that mirror. So a lot of times, we always think, okay, what do I have? And what I have is gonna bring me peace, and that's not true. We have possessions, they don't make it happy, they don't make you happy. Matter of fact, they can cause more stress and strain than anything else. Living a peaceful existence, for example, Mr. Adams. He lived in the same house. You asked me, did he live in the same place right around the corner of John Steele? Yes, he never moved. Always stayed there. And I'm sure he lived a peaceful existence. Humble and peaceful. I was over there yesterday and I was in the backyard because my dogs, um, uh, Jeff's sister wanted me to take the dogs and put them in the backyard. I took them in the backyard. It was a beautiful backyard, small, and the dogs enjoyed it. And I thought, wow, this is so beautiful. The dogs are enjoying it in the backyard. They're running around. I'm gonna have to get them a backyard so they can do this every single day. It was just those little small things that brought the peace and the joy that we don't think about when we start thinking about all this stuff. Endeavoring to go out and find all this stuff, or possession after possession after possession. That makes it don't make you happy. It don't make you happy. Peace is just sitting back, relaxing, knowing that you're tranquil. You're enjoying life. You're being still, and that's what I think. We ought to start looking at in terms of having a peaceful existence. Having an understanding that let's look through the purview of the person in the mirror that's looking back, and embrace that with peace. I think that's a good thing. What do you think?
Well, I don't see myself what I really look like, but I look at life like this, right? I think that peace is the light, and the light is what really sets the freedom in the will's emotion. And for some people, excuse me, for some people, you have to realize that there are certain things about the peace that they probably prefer not to talk about. Now, me, I'm the type of person that's like this. I know that I don't believe that I've been perfect, but I believe that the truth is still the truth. You know what I'm saying? Now, the way I see myself and the reflection that I see in the mirror, I know that's not really what I look like. So I don't really weigh in on that. I took through a lot in my life. I've experienced a lot of things. I'm 67 years old now. I'm about to be 67.
You're about to be 68.
You're about to be 68, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just bubbling with the fullness of life. You know what I'm saying? I'm just bubbling with how I enjoy life so much. Now, I've done a lot of places. I've done a lot of things. Like I said, when I wasn't walking with God, it seemed like God was walking with me. And then I reciprocated walking with God. But now, do I think that my life has been a life that's been like no other that I know of? Yeah. My life has been like nobody else that I've known of. But it's my life, and have to accept it as that. That's super. I look forward to the day. You know what I'm saying? Getting up in the morning, when I get up in the morning, I'm not really all that happy at first, right? But as the day starts to progress, I get happy.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, I wouldn't say my life for anybody's in the world. Just say, who would you rather be? To be myself, there's nobody that I'd rather be than myself. I find it really enjoyable.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Yeah, because really, we've been given a gift, and we think about it. And the gift, okay, so let's imagine it like this: that we've been given a gift, right? Wrapped up in a box. We can't see what's inside. We don't know what type of gift it is, but the presentation is gift wrapped with a bow inside this box. Right? And if we can in our understanding, translate what we want in that box. That'll be great. Heman Smith is calling. Let me see if I can get with him for a second.
You saying that Mr. Heman is trying to come in? What you say? Man, that there is a new Cadillac Escalade. That's nice. It's pretty big. Pretty big. Right now, I think we're waiting for Mr. Heman Smith to try to join the group. Coming in, it'd be nice. Was he able to get in?
Yeah, he doesn't quite understand that once he gets into the, when he sees himself, and he has to hit the link to go inside the stage. And he didn't quite understand that. Well, I guess he understood it last time. I guess he don't understand this time. So anyway, he's trying to get in. But yeah, what I was saying is that you have to. Oh, there we go. He's in there.
I don't see him on my end, but he's probably in though.
He's gonna be in a minute.
See you guys now.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine. Are you?
We're doing great. Yeah, we're just talking a little bit.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me get this all situated here. Yeah. We're just conversing.
Well, keep up.
Let's see.
I'll just join in. Keep on. Keep going where you at.
That's fine. That's fine. We're doing good. We're just getting. I want you to come in. I want you to come in because
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you talk about Trump?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get to. We didn't get to Trump yet.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. We wanted to I wanted to, slowly work our way into that. But
Okay.
I was talking to. Let's see what we got here. Okay, here we got two people here. What's going on with that?
Okay.
We seem like I guess we lost Mr. Megrave, okay? Which is fine. We'll go on because we were talking about what brought him to season. He was telling me that he had a situation where he used to play sports. He's no longer playing sports now, but he's had a situation where he was playing sports and that he had some things taken from him. And so that's what we were talking about. And I was telling him that I don't recall that you ever played any sports, but to bring peace, we need to look into the, don't look at that. Like for example, through the lens of, like for example, you're in a car, right? And you look at, you're driving a car, and you see people looking at you because you have a very nice car. Let's not look at the purview of what you're driving. Let's look in the mirror of the car that you're driving and like what you see in that mirror. You see, and we're bring you some peace. Yeah, see, that's basically what I wanted to get to. But I don't see him now. I don't know where he went, but I don't see him. But I see you.
Okay.
So that's a good thing. So yeah, so how you been?
I've been fine. Yourself, sir?
I've been doing fantastic. So I know we were talking a little while ago. You're about to get a car. Did you ever get a car? Have you narrowed down the search to get one?
I'm not sure, but my old car, I look underneath, I see the oil spot. I forget that the last 8 years it's been leaking oil. So I would put oil in the car. So now I got to start all over again. Okay. But yeah, I had new engine put in 8 years ago. And after they did that, it would still leak oil. I put oil in, and every 2 months, the light come on. I put more oil. So I've been warming it up, and the light came on. and it brought back memories of what I used to do with it. I put oil in my car
Okay.
and go 2 months and put more oil in it. 2 months.
Okay.
But
Okay.
uh-huh.
Yeah, well, I must admit, I was talking with King Lucius Peanut about his set of circumstances, and I was trying to talk to him about the situation about bringing peace. But now we're
Right.
all on here. I just wanted to talk about Donald Trump, about this chaos and this cuckoo stuff that's going on. It's causing kind of like chaos, and people are not having a peaceful existence based on it. So, there's a lot of stuff going on in the news about Trump. You know,
Right.
and basically, I think that it's all to me it's just like a smoke screen because you had this Epstein stuff going on, and then now he's trying to do all this other stuff going to kind of put that Epstein stuff in the background. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Uh-huh.
In the forefront. So, but when you see those things, all that craziness that's going on in the White House, does it affect you to the place where you've lost your peace?
You see, with me, there's a story. They call it cautionary tales. And like to give you an example, there's one that says, "Be careful what you ask for, because you might get it." And when Trump came in power, it was him and Musk, and they were going to cut all the jobs. And what happened? There was an oops. It backfired. With immigration, he said, "I'm going to get rid of all the immigrants, the illegal immigrants." And in doing so, he got rid of the housekeepers, the gardeners. They said, "Oops, we may have made a mistake." So there's a cautionary tale that always says, "Be careful what you ask for. You just might get it." And with Trump, people say, "Yeah, they said the Republicans say, yeah, we won the lottery. Trump won." There's a saying, "Be careful what you wish for." The lotto winners, they go broke, they get depressed, and they're worse off than when they started. So a lot of times, be careful when and like Frankenstein, we got AI, and in Frankenstein it says that's what happens when scientific research goes unchecked. Be careful what you wish for. The tortoise and the hare, overconfidence. In terms of you think, "Oh, I got the race, I can relax," and the tortoise goes right by you. And a lot of times, it's a cautionary tale that we should tell ourselves. Have you heard of Animal Farm?
Yeah.
Remember the Animal Farm when the pigs take over? Well, then absolute power corrupts absolutely. So if we look at a cautionary tale that says, before you go that way, you should examine the consequences. And we don't. As human beings, we don't. The Republicans are all in on Trump. Now they made a mistake because the housekeepers are gone, the gardeners are gone, the Uber drivers are gone, and all the Mexicans won't come out the house. So they go, "Oops, we thought we want immigration, but what's the consequences from our actions?" So it's called cautionary tales. Little Red Riding Hood. Don't talk to strangers. It's always consequences from our actions, and we don't think about it beforehand. And same with the federal troops in the city. And Benjamin Franklin said, if we give up our liberty for temporary safety, we don't deserve neither. Be careful what you wish for. So Trump has all these troops, all the different cities. And a lot of people say, "Yay, yay." At the end of the day, they may say, "Oops, what were we thinking?" And a lot of times you don't know until the consequences surface. So I always say, look at the cautionary tales. They always tell you what may happen before you go all in. And that's how I look at Trump.
Okay.
Be careful what you ask for, because you just might get it.
I got you. Okay. Well, I
Uh-huh.
had an opportunity to visit some friends yesterday, and I was speaking on it a little earlier. And I was talking to a gentleman I know, my brother knows, and you may have heard of him, named Jeff Adams. Okay,
Okay.
and yeah, yeah, and we were over at his mother's house, and he was telling me someone that you might know, Mr. Smith,
Yeah.
had become a chaplain at a church.
Good. Who's that?
Yeah, he said, your former wife.
Great. Good for her.
Yeah, right. Yeah, she is a chaplain, and he was saying, he was telling me about, that would be, this is him talking, not me. He said,
Uh-huh.
well, that'd be a good idea to have to talk and see if she can come on the show. And I said, well, I don't know about this. I don't know if that would be good or not, but I'll tell Mr. Smith that you made that suggestion. I just wanted to say that because it kind of made me think about what you said. Be careful what you ask for. Not that you asked for,
Right.
but he was asking. He was asking me about, talking about getting on the show. But yeah, I know we're kind of sort of off topic in terms of life. I thought we would try this just to see how it works. In terms of what it takes to bring people peace.
Right.
King Eugene Peter talked about his situation regarding his poverty and his past professional exploits, and he was talking about the things that were taken from him. So he talked about that.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Yes, tell Mr. Adams I have no animosity towards him at all. None.
Oh,
You
no,
know.
he knows that. He knows that. He knows
Okay.
that as well.
Okay.
He knows. He knows. Mr. Smith.
Yes.
He knows that as well.
Okay.
And also, he was just letting me know that Miss Pinky is now a chaplain.
Good.
So,
Good for her.
we were talking about this platform that we have, and he
Right.
said, let's mention her as a chaplain.
Great.
Perhaps giving her from her perspective. That would be a good thing because we don't have any women on this platform.
Uh-huh.
And from the woman's perspective, might be good. Not to say it would be her, but anybody else.
Right.
So yeah. But anyway, just so happy to see you guys. We're getting close to the 3-hour mark. We went on for a little while, but we're going to keep talking for about another 15 minutes.
Okay.
And I just what I wanted to talk about pretty much was this situation with Donald Trump and the solution.
Right.
And the solution, this whole endeavor, in my opinion, okay, this is my opinion, that we all should go ahead and tune out. This is me talking. This is me talking. Tune out all the distractions. Right. Yeah, because that's basically what it is. It's a bunch of distractions, in my opinion. We should tune out the distractions by focusing on people in leadership that are for the people.
Okay.
Yeah, right. See, that's something like, coming up, I'm just going to say it, coming up, now maybe in your household, Mr. Smith, Mr. Hemon Smith, maybe you guys talking about it. But in my household, we never did talk about focusing on people who were for the people, as far as books
Right.
go. We never talk about political science and everything. I understand that you got a political science degree. Is that correct, sir?
Yes. There's one paper away from getting my master's degree. I took all the classes, get my degree. I had handling and teaching back then. I said, I want to be the police. I said, I'm going to get through this because of my dad was trying to teach. He was spending 35 seconds about the issue. It wasn't my goal to acquire, it was my goal to make him shut up. I wasn't going to be a teacher. I didn't want to teach anybody. So that's why I did that. Going back to your point about Mr. Trump, I looked at it from God's point of view. It says, out of difficulties was miracles. But Mr. Trump put difficulties on people in the long run, miracles will come. I looked at slavery. It was a huge difficulty put on my people. It means that as a result, we have John James, Public Works, Beyonce, list goes on and we have people who are prospering from slavery. So I have slavery in Africa. We have Morocco and Cuba. Now, when they had slavery, they didn't know about Beyonce. They didn't know about the Bob. They didn't know about Michael Jordan. They didn't know about Ross. They didn't know about the Supreme Court Justice, Kamala Harris. And all that came from difficulty. We also had difficulty that's come on. Is that what Trump said? I don't know. If Trump's putting difficulties in our city as a result, God says, okay, the difficulties come, that's ground for miracles. So what miracles will come up from Donald Trump? And I look at it, you go back in time, you have a ceremony for the one to office. And that was the way that he blessed people at the time. He was part by the ritual people of his life. Therefore, you cannot play for office. Donald Trump cleaned it out the water. Cleaned it out the water. Even able to bless people, it was denied, and that they still no position as to access the system. Donald Trump blew them out of the waters. He can come out of prison with all kinds of felonies and run for office as the president of this country. Thanks to Donald Trump. He gave black people a job because they were used to keep us up of the political system. So Donald Trump doesn't know that. Because as a consequence of his action, he was incarcerated. Now can be a mayor, to be a supervisor of a county, to be a whole person office, thanks to Donald Trump. But we know that when he was convictions and the Bible says that every single power that is made, Babylon, the pyramids, every single structure that was built going to the heavens was abandoned and came down. Trump power is that's no exception. You can build his power all over the world. The guy that stepped in and said he has the power. And he will show his okay, the ground. I know nothing about everything. Yeah, but in time, God's going to step in and say, hey, miracles are going to happen. And black people who will benefit from those burdens, from those obstacles, from those difficulties, because that's how violence works. And I look at Trump, I said, man, look, you do said that God will protect his people. Because all faith in his children one. And I accept that. And like I said, when they had slavery, it was a part of our Barack Obama. But he came about, didn't he? And there's other examples that are going to pop up when I'm long going to become good. If there's a rich going to become good, that people is prosperous. Right now, you don't see that. But they get prosperous. There's on negativity that he thinks he's doing to the people. And it's always going to backfire. It always backfires. If you put in difficulties, that's the outcome there. And we as people, we can't do that because we're only people. And we're only, we don't have the power beyond our so I look at Donald Trump. But you're right, on this conscious level, you guys know what he's doing. That's fine. That's fine. And see, my daughter who went to Harvard, before she went there, I said, Harvard was established in October 28, 36, MIT, April 10th, 1861. If you know the history of the institution, it helps you get in. And then also in terms of mortgages, buying the house, oh man, I can tell people how they can get the house at a zero interest on their house. On their house. I pay less than 1% on my house. And I can tell you how you can do that if you buy a house. Mathematics, nothing. That's why they don't want us to know about it. That's why the U.S. is dead last in economic, like I get to say, force. They don't want us to know. But once we know, it's all over. And they can't change. You can't change things at all. But in terms of that, I understand where you're coming from. I understand exactly when you say, all that nonsense. That's what it is. So he's the one that says the people are too stupid to know what's going on. That's what he said. The people that support him, he calling them stupid. So that's how it goes. Go ahead, Chris. I don't want to take all the time.
You've been on for a minute. I'm just listening today. Last couple of weeks, actually, that's what I've been doing. Just getting some feedback, perspective on how other people think. Let me talk a little bit about, like I said, for this piece and this state of affairs that we are, that's basically overshadowing us all and actually having a detriment on our peace in this situation that's going on in the White House. Well, I believe, sir, that if we look to the Most High, we understand that this is a temporary situation. And once again, if you look at self and evaluate the peace that you have in self, then none of it can touch you. None of it should affect you. And that's what I'm hoping people will do. I'm hoping that people will go ahead and look at the inner self, calm the inner self down, embrace the inner self, and look to the Most High, God, and embrace that understanding. And I think that if we do that, then we'll become peaceful. Now, we have a lot of opinion about a lot of different things, but what we should be doing is focusing on ourselves first. We have to focus on first we have to focus on all our spiritual health, physical and emotional health, and to be able to overcome anything and any obstacle that is presented in front of us, like this cuckoo, as I call it, crazy stuff going on in the White House. And so, we are, right. And if we do that, then we should have a very peaceful existence, because no one can bring us peace like we bring us peace. We can get the guidance and the understanding from the Most High, but that is where we need to grasp it and take over and bring that peace inside of ourselves, right? Now, I have a lot of things going on, like we all do, and we all spoke on it a little bit, but I think that I get my most joy out of the simplest things in life. The simplest things in life. I was telling Mr. King's New Shoes Peter that I was in the back of Jeff Adams' mother's yard, and my dog was running around, and it was just beautiful to see. They were running around, playing with each other, enjoying each other's company. Those are the things that we don't think about. So that's what we should be getting back to. That's what's gonna bring us the peace and the love and the joy of life. That's gonna want us to be around for a long time. Want us to be around and experience these things for a long time. I'll give you another example. I was over your house, Mr. Smith, and I see your little grandson, and he looked just as happy and content, walking around, doing his little thing, without a care in the world. And that's basically because he has, and you involved involved in that too, Mr. Smith. Making you secure, around his environment. Your house, his grandma's house. Yeah, and that makes you feel good. So that's what I'm talking about. These are the things. He's not thinking about driving no car. He's too young. He's just thinking about enjoying life the way it's presented to him in a loving, peaceful way. And that's what I think. Yeah, that's what I think.
I want to go to I'm going to trust you. So he said,
Yeah. One second, Mr. Smith. Your audio is breaking up real bad. Yeah. Did you understand? King Nishi, did you understand what Mr. Smith was saying?
Okay, I can hear you.
Could you understand Mr. Smith what he was just now saying? I was telling him his audio was breaking up. I want to make sure that you might have had the same experience as well. Go ahead.
That's why I put in server therefore we tested by things we can't see. We can't see the but this is possible because it is good. That you can't really see what tested by other things that you can see because of God's love of the world of your circumstances. To the King of the Kings, we have to share and share with other people. So that's what I got my people going. I said, here's the day. So I took the group out of my home, to get stuff. It was for 1 second. So I said, you're welcome. I said, the others, is God gave it to me. So I want to go to the other I don't want to have any bad feelings to anybody else. I want to say, whatever you do, in your eyes, you are innocent. But through my eyes, God gave me peace in my heart, and I want to share it with other people. So if I can help you in any way, I will. Because peace is meant to be shared. It's contagious. It's a gift that, like you said, we have within ourselves. But a lot of times, how do we bring it out? And the distractions are money, envy, greed, jealousy. Those things keep our peace in our heart. But if we're not jealous, then we can open our heart and let peace comes in. Two girls, I don't like the way she's dressed. She has a good dress. But if she says, hey, sweetie, your dress is fantastic. You look great. She sees the same thing, but you have two different responses. And God sits there and says, okay, how are you going to respond when jealousy comes your way? Are you going to get mad and upset? Oh, that dress is too good. I don't even know. Are you going to say, you look great? My neighbor was 100 years old, and I said, you are beautiful. Other people say, no, she's 100 years old. I said, but God doesn't care. He doesn't care. In his eyes, she's gorgeous. So I tell her, I said, you are gorgeous. You're 100 years old. When she was walking in front of my house, didn't know where she was going. I ran over there, grabbed her hand, walked her to her house. And then her care provider came running. Oh, she got out. I said, yeah. Her and I walked from the park to her house, which is 3 houses down. And I telling her she's gorgeous. And her friend, I said, you're gorgeous. Her friend said, I haven't been told that in 45 years. She's married. No one told me I'm beautiful for 45 years. I said, well, I'm telling you, both are beautiful. You're 99, you're 100. Both you ladies are beautiful. And people say they're not. They got wrinkles. I said, I don't care what they have in the eyes of God. They are beautiful. And God lets me see them because he put that peace in my heart that I bring out and through my eyes. They are beautiful. They don't have to have a car. They don't have to have a house. They don't have to have money because God put them on the planet It was his idea. It was his gift. So I said, thank you, God, for letting me share my time with them. And I don't want to get jealous or upset. My sister has a car. She spent $200,000 for a car. I'm catching the
Wow.
bus. I'm catching the bus. So they don't talk to me. My mom passed away. They don't say not one word. The preacher didn't even know I was her son. My dad didn't say one word to her. My sister didn't say one word to me because they look at me and said, well, you don't have blah, 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 blah. I said, no, I don't have anything. I don't have anything. I don't have the houses like you have. I don't have the cars like you have. I don't have anything. I catch the bus. I got a car that's so old, it's not even on the Kelly Blue Book. And when I drive it, it leaks oil. And no one wants to get in my car and ride with me. My daughter, you want to give you, no, not in that car. I don't want to get in that car. No, you don't get in that car. The windows don't work. The heat don't work. The air don't work, but it doesn't bother me. I just drive it anyway. And as a consequence, I took hot yoga. So I can go in there with my clothes on, 110 degrees, and do nothing because I drove a car that had no air conditioning. And it's 110 degrees outside, and there I am driving down the street with the car that leaks oil, windows don't work, no, no, I just found Sandy. I said, God, thank you for letting me breathe today. Okay. I said, thank you for letting
Very,
me
very
breathe
good.
today. Like I said, my daughter, she don't talk, she don't walk, she can't see, but I tell her she's gorgeous every single day. I said, you are beautiful. You've been here 43 years, going on 44 years, and I feed you there every morning, noon, and evening. And I'm 71 years old and never had a vacation. Never had a vacation. And she was born when I was 27. She's been with me now. I'm 71. And she's in. And before I came on this podcast, I checked on her to make sure she was okay. And I said, God put her there and he blessed me with her. And I said, thank you. And glad to talk to both you gentlemen today. Thank you for looking on your podcast, for sharing your time with me. I appreciate that.
Well,
Both you gentlemen are teaching me, and you don't even know it. You're teaching me. When you recite the scriptures on the Bible, I said, thank you, Lord, for bringing the Bible to me. And I appreciate that. It comes from your heart, your love, your kindness that you can share with me. And I said, thank you, because our time is limited. We have 100 years, 36 hours a day. That's nothing. So every minute you share with me on your podcast, I'm blessed. And I said, because the wisdom you put in me, thank you. I was looking at my phone for half an hour and say, Ted, Ted, Ted. I couldn't get. So I'm glad I was able to get on the podcast and you guys today.
yeah, well, I'm glad you were able to get on as well. We are able to get everybody together, have a little
Right.
conversation. We're talking about peace. We're right at 3:05 now, so we're going to get off, but we
Okay.
still got it in, and
Okay.
hopefully we said something that can help somebody else. And that's what we're trying to do. Just say something that's going to resonate to somebody else and help them with their days in life, and it helps us as well, right? So
Yes, sir.
with that being said, yeah, well, I'm gonna go ahead and pray us out. Heavenly Father, once again, we want to thank you for bringing us together. We're able to talk in peace and love and harmony. Understanding that all this other stuff that's going on in today's world just a distraction, just taking us away from our peace, our joy, our love for one another. And this we humbly pray that you will give us the strength and the resilience to overcome all these obstacles. And I pray this humbly in the name of your Son, our Father, Jehovah God, His bride, her, and the prophets, and the saints, in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. All right,
Thank
there we go.
you.
All right, guys. So we'll get we're gonna do it next week. Next week, you know, we're gonna talk about some things that is that's okay. Let me say this. You know, life, right? Uh, we talked about it once before, but we never talked about it with you, with us, Mr. Smith, which is everlasting life,
Yes.
eternal life. You know, life
Yes.
that keeps us, you know, right here on earth, everlasting life. And I want to talk about that principle because I was just talking to again, I'm talking to Miss Adams, and her husband just passed away at 90. I think he was 93 years old. He was up there, and she was about a year behind him. And I was up there. We were talking about what we think about good health and how to get to a ripe old age, a ripe old age. And we'll
Yes.
talk
Okay.
about that next. Yeah, next week we'll talk about that biblically speaking as well. But how to get to a ripe old age. So yeah, let's talk about that. That's what I want to talk about next week. But if you guys want to chime in on some topics that you want to talk about, please let me know, and we'll do that. With that being said,
Okay.
until next week,
Yeah.
peace and love, guys. We'll see you.
Stay grounded. Everything is good. Talk to you later.
Good.
Thank you, John.